The crowd roars into action here at the Box Hill City Oval for the Division 3 Grand Final for season 2003. Coldstream versus Norwood. Our umpires for today's game, wearing the shirt number 4, is Warren Hillier, and in shirt number 12, Andrew Tong. With us in the commentary position today is Brad Henderson. Welcome, Brad.
Yeah, good afternoon, Bob. Really looking forward to it. It should be a fantastic match this afternoon.
Our special comments man today is the coach of the Basin Football Club in Simon Megan. Welcome, Simon.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Okay, well, umpire Andrew Tong holds the Colac Shannon aloft. Brad, take us away in this 2003 Grand Final.
So Higgins to go up against Mitchell in the first ruck contest of the day. Ball spilled out into the path of Chamberlain. He couldn't get hands on it. Coldstream will go forward first, kicking to the left side of your screen. Kick to full forward was intended for Devisa. It's in the forward pocket for Coldstream. Pignataro had the ball in his sights. Adams swooped on it. Left foot kick by Adams was effective, but he was already over the boundary line. In fact, the free kick was paid to Johnny Pignataro, who is so dangerous anywhere inside 50. Gives it all he's got with the kick right to the line. Thomas was back there to try and shepherd it through, and he did so successfully. First goal of the first quarter, kicked for Coldstream by Johnny Pignataro.
Hartman's got a solid tagger.
Okay, inside 1 minute of this first quarter as umpire Warren Hillier puts the Colac Shannon down once again. A goal already on the board to Coldstream. That was Johnny Pignataro. Terrific effort there. Ball still in the centre wicket area. Coldstream go forward once again, but a good mark there to Norwood, and I think that's Walkenhorst. Walkenhorst, the vice-captain, Ryan. He'll come off that centre half back position to put Norwood into attack. There they go again. Oh, gee, Hartman in front of the pack there. Did he pull it down? No, he didn't. Play on calls the umpire. Umpire Hillier looking there closely. Plenty of players around the pack. It does squirt out there in the finish. Your hands off there may well have been Higgins. Got the ball forward there for Norwood, but there is an infringement. And we got a ball up, or have we? Yes, we have. We've got a ball up. Centre wing, outer side of the ground here at the Box Hill City Oval. 1 goal on the board to Coldstream. That's this early point. Plenty of players around the ball. Gee, Mitchell burst his way through the pack there for Coldstream. Coldstream going into attack now. It's inside 50. There is a great mark. And bringing it to ground was Devisa. Now he's already kicked 42 goals coming into today's game. You wouldn't think the distance would be any concern for him. Simon, you've seen a lot of him. Can he kick it from that distance?
He's a very good kick. I was very impressed with the lead there, and the games I've watched this year, he leads very well, and good mark overhead on a lead, and he can kick it from 45 plus. Okay,
well, 42, as I mentioned, going into today's game. He'll kick from just on 50 to the northern end here at the Box Hill City Oval. Devisa, there he goes. It's a drop punt. He's given it a decent ride. It's just swinging across to the right-hand side, but it is a Coldstream mark, and it looks like Thomas. Dangerous in that goal square.
I've seen him do that so many times, take a mark on the goal square where you don't think he's ever going to get it, but he just takes it over the back of the pack.
Okay, well, it'll call for a banana here from Mark Thomas. Lets one rip. Gee, the umpire, I think he looked as it was going out of the stadium. It missed everything. And, well, not the end that Mark Thomas wanted on that occasion. We're 3 minutes into this first quarter at the Box Hill City Oval. Coldstream, 1 goal, 6 points. Norwood yet to score.
So Brett Hall to bring the ball back from the free kick there in the back pocket. Captain of the Norwood team, Hall. Co-captain with Ross Stewart. Hall elects to switch to the outer side. No mark taken. Adams over the ball. He was all wrapped up. Good pressure being applied there by Woolley. And the umpire came in and calls for a ball up. Umpire Warren Hillier. Just outside 50 now for Coldstream, who lead by 6 points. Just the 1 goal on the board so far, kicked by Johnny Pignataro. Vote slid out a handball, got it to his teammate there in Matheson, and Matheson's left foot kick found the boundary for another throw in.
Simon, any significant matchups around the ground that you picked up so far?
Yeah, Matt Stewart's got a close tag on Hartman, I've seen, and so far that's the only tag roll I've seen applied.
So Mitchell to go up against Higgins getting the ruck. Wasn't a great boundary thrown. Mitchell had to run a fair way to get to it, fisted it forward, and in the end gained about 30 metres for his side. Rod Mitchell's had a sensational season for Coldstream since coming from the Basin. I think he'll be up there in the best and fairest voting for the Cougars. Did miss a couple of games with injury. Boundary throw in as Murphy wins it out of the ruck. quick kick inside 50 for the Cougars. No mark taken. Norwood have the defenders back there, and they should clear through Hall. Out towards this broadcast side. Adams should get to it first. Yes, he does. He got around his opponent a little bit too easily there in Scott Hall. Adams's high left foot kick. Pignataro flew from behind, interfered with his opponent. No free kick paid.
Oh.
Walkenhurst gets a high one from Skirk. And not sure, well, the free kick has been paid. Umpire just wanted to see if there was any advantage to be played there, but it'll have to come back to Ryan Walkenhurst. Best and fairest winner for Norwood last season, and has missed some football this year. Pignataro went up for the mark. Higgins was there as well. Wheeler comes crashing through. Hunt on the deck, tried to spoon it clear. Came out to Skirk. Long kick by Skirk to full forward. One-on-one contest. Davissa flew high. Walkenhurst is there to swoop on the ball. Gets a pretty constructive handball off to a teammate. And they're off and running as Cordwell charges up to half-back to take a mark on a long lead. Joel Cordwell with Williams standing the mark. The ex-Vermont player just surveys the scene further afield and banks the kick to the wing. Higgins, a terrific mark floating back against Mitchell. And then with the handball, perhaps the mark wasn't paid. It was a strange decision to handball in that situation while he was on his back. Chamberlain was stripped of the ball by Wheeler. Cordwell goes to ground. Williams over the ball, gathers it in nicely. Williams keeps the kick low, looking for Murphy. Murphy at the back, swoops on the ball, throws it on the boot, but it's not a great kick this time by Chris Murphy. And finally, the Norwood defence has managed to force a boundary throw-in, and Simon, uncharacteristically poor kick there from Chris Murphy.
Yeah, just had no carry on it, did it?
He's a great runner off half-back and finishes very well, and that was I wouldn't have predicted that.
Okay, well, the ball in Coldstream's forward line here, left of screen. Well, no real advantage from that throw in there, because the ball just found its way across the boundary line. It's only about 2 metres around from the behind post at the northern end of the ground. That's the end to which Coldstream are kicking. 1 goal Coldstream, Norwood yet to score. We've played 7 minutes into this first quarter. Popped over the top there, Day has it for Norwood. Can Norwood clear it out of there? Boy, they're trying hard, but Coldstream coming back. This is going to be a score as Gillum round the corner. I think he may well have kicked the first goal of the game. Yes, he has. Adrian Gillum. That's the second goal on the board to Coldstream. Norwood yet to score. Well, Coldstream opening up a good lead here at the early part of the first quarter. We've played 8 minutes. Coldstream 2 straight goals, 12. Norwood yet to score.
Norwood struggling to get the ball over centre.
And Gillum got it from the tap from Mitchell, and Gillum's kick out into the path of Thomas. And Mark Thomas taking his second mark of this first quarter in the forward line. He had a shot a few minutes ago, kicked it out on the full on that occasion from a difficult angle. And on this occasion, he'll be able to line up the goals with a conventional drop punt. And that's what he's done. Kick looks pretty good off the boot. Has he snuck it home? Yes, he has. So 3 goals on the board for Coldstream. Best possible start for them, and they lead by 18 points. Umpire
Tong with the Codex Sheeran back in the centre of the ground. Coldstream, 3 straight goals to start off. Norwood yet to score, and 1 more player, Simon, in the goal in the centre square than should have been.
I don't know if it was already in there or whether someone ran in. I didn't see who it was.
Okay, well, nevertheless, a free kick to Norwood. See if Norwood can get it out of that centre square down into 50. The ball hits the front of the pack. Players coming in from everywhere. It's all locked up. That will be a ball up right on 50 at the White Horse Road end of the ground. Simon, Norwood not really winning the ball out of those centre bounces.
I think the stoppages all around the ground they're struggling to get out of. Coldstream are running out of the packs very well, where Norwood really aren't getting any run out of there.
Okay, well, as you see there, a player taken high. That was Price.
He hasn't had an impact yet either.
No, he does know a little bit about this ground, though.
Yeah, he does. Played here last year.
Okay, so Pricey now goes wide across that centre, but he's turned that over. So Norwood to come in to attack from that cricket wicket area there. It's down into 50. Wall players all dropping back. No one got any direct advantage. It's down to the front of the pack. It's Price again, but he's caught. It's all locked up over there. Umpire Tong looking closely. Went to blow the whistle, put it up to his mouth. Good gosh, Kalosh in there. Norwood now. They need a score, and they need a score quickly. It's right to the top of the goal square. It's a 1-on-1 situation. Punched off. It's a 2-on-1 situation, and the 2 will beat the 1. There's no doubt about that. Look at these guys work. Norwood lost out in that particular battle. Murphy has it. There he goes. Bang
Good help.
for Coldstream. That ball has gone about 120 yards right round the ground. It's on the Coldstream forward line. It's close to the boundary line. Can they keep it in play? No, they can't. Over the line it goes. 10 minutes and 33 seconds into this first quarter. 3 straight goal. Coldstream. Norwood yet to score. Brad.
So boundary throwing just inside 50. And this time Murphy goes up in the ruck for Coldstream. Palms it down. It was intercepted though by Scott Hall. His kick around the corner, hugging the boundary. Mitchell will get to it first, just inside the field of play. And it's going to have to come back. So the...
little bit of a difference of opinion there, Brad, I think.
There's plenty of arm waving and gesticulating going on. Nobody's too sure what the decision is.
The umpire's not too sure either.
The arguments continue now.
Take the easy way up with the ball up.
Well, it's a bit of a strange one. So the umpire throws it up. Mitchell down to Gillam. Chamberlain went through without the ball. Gillam to Skirk. Was tackled by Tymonson. Gillam again gets hands on it. Off to Price. Price works his way through the traffic. Left foot shot at the goal. Davisa couldn't take the mark. And that's Matheson on the last line of defence, desperately trying to get the ball initially to a teammate and then over the boundary line, and just back on the half-forward area, player down for Coldstream in a little bit of trouble. And he's on his feet now. It looks like it might be Gillam in the hands of the trainers.
I think Norwood have to do something about Mitchell's dominance in the ruck at this early stage. If they keep going like this, it's going to be all over very early.
Francis got it off to Matheson. Matheson's clearing kick into the path of Vote. Can he keep it inside the field of play? Gets hands on it now. Just paddles it along the boundary line and finally over. And it does appear that Adrian Gillam is coming from the field, and David Dryden to replace him.
Simon, what do you think of the pace of the game in this early part of the quarter?
It's been very quick. Coldstream have run it fairly fast. Norwood have been sort of in patches.
So Norwood from half back. Hancock was in the box seat, couldn't take the mark. Came off hands to Jeff Hall. He wheels around onto the right foot. High kick by Hall inside 50. Chance there at the back for Pennington. Gathers it in nicely now. Bends the kick back. He's done pretty well. It was a good effort, but he was just off target there. And Andrew Pennington registering the first score of the game for Norwood, one behind. They trail Coldstream, who have 3 straight goals. It's a 17-point lead to the Cougars, and we've gone 13 minutes in the first quarter.
Well, the crowd got awfully excited there, but not quite to be. But they do certainly have a score on the board. Matt Price will do the kicking in duties from down there. So, as Simon said, played at Box Hill last year. Boy, look at that one go. There's a 60-metre kick. It's made the boundary on the wing on the outer side of the ground. That was a huge kick. Hancock now goes up towards 50 there for Coldstream. It is in 50. Gee, Dryden lost sight of it there for Coldstream. But umpire Hillier looking and indicating a free kick to Norwood. Francis has it, the ex-Mitcham player.
On the pace of the game there, Bob, I think Norwood are actually struggling to keep up with Coldstream's pace at this stage. Yeah,
good comment. I certainly agree with that. Ball at the front of the pack. Hartman goes across town with a big long hand pass. Coldstream in control once again. Kerr was the one that kicked it long and hard straight up that boundary line. But as you can see, it's close to the line. In fact, it went over, and that will be a throw in half forward flank or half back flank, depending on which team you're following, outer side of the ground. 14 and a half minutes coming up in this first quarter. 3 straight goals, 18 plays, 1 behind. Coldstream in front.
So Murphy this time doing the ruck work, and he's giving the free kick away. Free kick to Higgins for Norwood. High kick to the wing. Good mark taken. Terrific mark by Mitchell. And he's had a great first quarter.
He was standing there waiting for that.
Laid it off for Price. Searching kick from Matt Price. Looking for Davisa again. This time can't complete the mark. Ball spills to ground. Norwood desperately trying to clear the area. Day over the ball. Went to ground. Pignataro throws it on the boot. High kick to a big pack. Higgins fisted it down to Cordwell. Cordwell just backpedals with the handball. Little clever kick around the corner found Day. And Scott Day will bring the ball up towards the wing. He always uses it pretty well, and this is no exception. Finds Stewart with the kick onto Cordwell. Cordwell under pressure from Mitchell. Left foot kick fortuitously landed in the arms of Stewart. Stewart wheels around onto his left foot. That's Ross Stewart this time. And the little kick around the corner by Jeff Hall was off target. And that was better lead up from Norwood, I should say.
Mitchell off.
Yeah, Rod Mitchell coming off, surprisingly, and Nathan Jansen on. But that was they teamed together well there, Norwood, and a much more promising move forward.
Okay, well, 3 goals, plays 2 behinds at the 15 or nearly 16-minute mark of the first quarter, as Matt Price, covering a lot of ground, Matt Price, in this game, kicks in. Williams has taken it, but that was a bit of a risk, but it came off. So Coldstream to drive off half back at the Box Hill City Oval. Good kick in there to Patrick Murphy. Patrick Murphy decides to switch, goes to the wing on the outer side. The Middleborough Road side of the ground, players coming in from everywhere. It's on the deck. Oh, a big hand pass out there, certainly found Higgins. Norwood now going wide, a bit of an up and under kick. It won't quite make 50. Players pushing and shoving each other out, but Hancock has taken the mark for Coldstream. So Coldstream again drive off half back. These players kicking a long way on this dry ground with that dry ball. It's good to see after a couple of very wet weekends. Price forced it forward there for Coldstream. Boundary line again for another throw in. Certainly a different Sunday, Simon, to the last couple we've had.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? A lot drier.
And I'm sure these players...
those clouds are great, eh?
They are. The players certainly appreciate it. I have no doubt about that.
See, Hartman seems to be using Price with his run out of the back line. He seems to be running from the back line right through the lines.
Yes, he certainly is. And he's just the boy to do it too. He's quick on his feet.
He is.
Okay, ball just inside 50 there for Coldstream, as close to the boundary line. In fact, it does squirt out. Murphy has it. Turns one way, then the other, has a pot shot from about 45 out. Coldstream, I don't think that'll be paid. No, he didn't bring it to ground. Devisa was the player in question.
If he brought down all the balls he's got his hands on too, they'd be a lot further in front. He's had his hands on a lot of times.
Yeah, good call there. Okay, in we come once again. It's hard up in that Coldstream forward line here at the northern end of the ground. Round the corner, there goes Adams. What can he do with it? No, that's wide as well. And that will be just the one behind. So that takes Coldstream on to 3 goals, 1-19. They're in front of Norwood, who are just 2 behinds, and we're at the 18-minute mark of the first quarter.
So the behind kick there by Daniel Adams, and he certainly has played in grand final before for Coldstream back in 2000, and losing grand final on that occasion in Division 4. As Scott Hall will bring the ball back in for Norwood, and elects to go straight up the middle. Stewart was the target, no mark taken. Tymonson all wrapped up, and a good tackle there by Jansen. The umpire says that was okay, he'll ball it up. So Jansen this time goes up in the ruck, got it down to Hartman. Hartman tries to force his way past Higgins unsuccessfully, but he's earned a free kick there, Brett Hartman.
Simon, what do you think about that one?
It looked to me like he tried to break through the pack, which is wrong, and lost possession of it, but the tackle was definitely held too long.
Ball went over the head of Thomas and fisted to the boundary line, this time in defence by Albrecht. So we'll have a boundary throw in. It's in the forward pocket for Coldstream. It's been a promising start for them. They've kicked 3 goals, and certainly Wayne Devisa has presented himself on a number of occasions. Hasn't kicked a goal so far. Thomas wins it out of the ruck this time. Pignataro overran the ball. Francis grabs a hold of it now. Neat kick up towards the wing, intended for Ross Stewart. Gathers it in now. Stewart's searching kick inside 50. Great kick. Hits his teammate on the chest. Hunt gets around his opponent. Got around Hancock well and fires at the goals. But he's off target. The kick just tailed off at the end. And another behind on the board for Norwood. That's 3 now. And they are 3 behinds. Coldstream 3-1-19. 16-point lead to the Cougars.
Promising build-up there, Simon. Well-weighted kick down the ground and a good lead.
Yeah, but he certainly made a meal of it at the end. He could have finished off a lot better.
Well, Sean Hunt, the former Bayswater player, a bit disappointed with himself. There he goes for that mark. Didn't take it on that occasion either. Price in there for Coldstream. Look at this second effort. Terrific stuff. Hands off there, Coldstream. War player down behind play. It is a Norwood player. Ball close to the boundary line and over it goes. And the player for Coldstream down is Vote. And now...
Daniel Adams in a fair bit of trouble there on the wing. Can see how it happened.
Vote copped one high too.
He certainly did. Okay, Daniel Adams in the hands of the trainers right out here in front of our commentary position, but he's up. He's actually got the ball, Daniel Adams. It looked like he was holding his wrist there at one stage. He goes in towards Murphy, but Murphy couldn't quite take it. Murphy using his bulk in there. Hands out by Murphy. Across there to Pignataro. Here we go again through Thomas. What's he going to do with it? Thomas has kicked it. That is the 4th goal on the board to Coldstream.
So the Coldstream lead now out to 22 points, 4-1-25, leading Norwood 3 behinds as Higgins won the tap down this time. Out of the middle they come. Stewart's long kick to full forward. Good mark running back and well held in defence there by Kolosh. You know, did particularly well. Good courageous mark. Kolosh looking for Pignataro, covering plenty of territory as he so often does. And Pignataro safely holding the mark. Still inside his defensive 50. Kicks to the middle of the ground. Murphy was the target, but floating back to take a great mark was Francis. And Rick Francis sends it clear up towards half forward. Mark held for Norwood. Pennington will drive the Raiders forward once again. Elects to go in short with the kick, just measured it to Hunt. Hunt runs away from 50. Hunt's kick to full forward. At the back, mark taken there by Walkenhurst, and he's finally kicked the first goal for Norwood, and the margin back to 16 points.
Well, Norwood get their first goal late in this first quarter, 23 minutes in fact. Ryan Walkenhorst was the one, and Simon, do you think that Norwood have got their rhythm going a little bit better in the last 5 minutes?
They just that goal then, they certainly moved the ball up the ground better, and which all quarters so far they've really struggled to get good clearances.
Well, Murphy bombed the ball down long for Coldstream. It's deep into 50 there. Players are throwing themselves at it, but close to the boundary line, and that will be a throw-in. Big kick down the ground there by Chris Murphy.
Most of Norwood's possessions so far have been very rushed.
Yes, agreed. 23 and a half minutes gone in the quarter. 4-1-25 plays 1-3-9. Ball pretty deep into this Coldstream forward line to left of screen, the northern end of the ground here at Box Hill City Oval. Ground in superb condition. Credit to the caretaker. Murphy just pushed the ball back there.
Good tackle.
Certainly was a good tackle, and
25.
Whoa, that'll be 25. No, well, I thought Andrew Tong was going to impose the deathly penalty then, but no. So Norwood now to drive off half back right down here in front of our commentary position, and the big mark there is Ross Stewart, the captain of the Norwood side, on his trusty left foot. Bit of a helicopter shot. Gee, players couldn't quite pick where that one was going to land. Whoa, gee, is this tough in there? Woolley forces his way through there for Norwood. Ball close to the boundary line. Whoa, Pignataro was a little lucky. Gee, smelt the underarm deodorant then, Brad.
Sure did. It was a good hit, and that's what you expect in a grand final.
It was coming.
It wasn't a good throw in by that boundary umpire. Round the corner kick there by Woolley, got it forward. The former Killside player is down into 50. Here we go, Norwood. What can they do with it? Have a shot. He cried. Oh, what's he done with it? He's kicked it.
So second goal for Norwood, kicked by Jeff Hall. And Norwood now 2-3-15, trailing Coldstream 4-1-25 as Higgins wins it out of the ruck contest. Went through Williams' legs. Good tackle, good strong tackle applied there by Brett Hall this time. And he's been rewarded for it with the free kick.
Norwood has certainly picked up their intensity.
Has been better in the last few minutes. Brett Hall's kick hits Cordwell on the chest. Cordwell's kick. Inside 50 for Norwood. Off hands to Hunt. Shot at the goals by Sean Hunt. And I think he's kicked his first of the game he has. That's a great effort by Hunt. And now the margin is back to just 4 points.
Ross Stewart started giving him something too around the ground. Good thing about Ross, he can play both forward and back, which will be a big help for him if he can get going.
Well, it's a terrific effort by Norwood. They worked hard early without much success, but the last 10 minutes or so, they've got their rhythm going, and, well, 3 quick goals, and, gee, it's amazing how quickly the gap closes.
Just like they've steadied their skills and everything as they're coming down the ground. They've just steadied, they're not so rushed.
So back in the middle once again, and Jansen now doing the ruck work for Coldstream. Gets it out of the middle, sends it forward. Davisa slid in, couldn't hold the mark this time. Seemed to be almost a free kick there against Chamberlain. He crashed his way through, and in fact he has conceded the free kick. So Brian Chamberlain, the Norwood veteran who spent last year at Montrose and was back with Norwood this season, a little bit undisciplined in his attack on the football that time. And the free kick goes to Patrick Murphy, who shouldered a much heavier workload in the ruck last year, and certainly has been relieved a fair bit of his duties this season with Rod Mitchell joining the club. See what Murphy can do from just inside 50. It is a nice kick, looks good off the boot, and that's a great kick by Patrick Murphy. Gives Coldstream their 5th goal of the first quarter, and now the lead is back out to 10 points.
28 minutes gone in the first quarter here at Box Hill Reserve in this Division 3 Grand Final for season 2003. Coldstream 5-1, leading Norwood 3-3. Ball locked up in that centre wicket area. And Simon Megan, would you make any changes at this stage?
For Coldstream, I'll probably put Mitchell back on because Higgins is just starting to get a little bit on top in the ruck, which is helping Norwood's cause.
Okay, that ruck contest, Coldstream go forward once again. Oh, I was going to say, I haven't seen much of Matt Price the last couple of minutes, but he's back in the action, certainly is. Norwood now going forward, right in front of our commentary position here. Just a hand out there by Caldwell. He backs up, but can't get control of the ball. Going away with there is Michael Glassbury, gets it into that centre wicket area, and Skirk has taken the mark. False start by Skirk. Yeah, umpire Hillier getting the man on the mark to come back. Awkward looking kick goes down forward, but a good mark there to Higgins. So Higgins, the ruckman for the Norwood side, a bit of an up and under kick. I'd hate to be underneath that one. Gee, ball spills off the pack, close to the boundary line, right in front of our commentary position here. Lost sight of it in those wire races. But umpire Tong indicating that that was over the shoulder, and the free kick will go to Skirk.
He's come from the other side of the ground off the wing over there too, covering some ground.
Bradley Skirk, there he goes to centre half forward with a good kick. It's right on 50 there. Ball spills to the back of the pack. Murphy couldn't take it there for Coldstream. Out it squirts. Boy, oh boy, look at Pignataro go. Hands off there to Thomas. Thomas decides to go wide over there looking for Hartman. Oh, too high for Hartman. Was punched away from him. Good second effort by Hartman. Good player. Look at him. Lost control of it in the final analysis. But umpire Hillier coming in. Oh, has picked a free kick. That'll go to Hartman.
That was there. Too high.
Well, I guess, you know, determination is his trademark, and he certainly showed it then. Terrific leader, great player. So Brett Hartman will kick from outside 50, about 52 or 3 metres. It will take a good kick, but he is a good kick. He's kicked 51 goals for the year. So Brett Hartman comes in, lets one rip. It's a high riding drop punt kick. Boy, oh boy, off hands. And that is just the one behind. Takes Coldstream on to 5-2, which is 32. Norwood 3-3, 21. And we're at the 30.5-minute mark of the quarter.
Scott Hall to bring the ball back in for Norwood. Once again, he's done most of the kicking duties thus far and brings it out to this broadcast side. Matheson flew high and judged it nicely. Safely takes the mark. Brings Norwood out of defence. Tymonson just was made difficult for him.
Kept his eyes on it.
Yeah, he did. He misjudged it initially, but then gathered it in well. Caldwell the target, running onto it, attacks the ball. Stewart, in fact. Ross Stewart tried to get around Glassborough, releases the handball to Tymonson. Tymonson's handball into the path of Caldwell now. He goes to ground. Glassborough putting good pressure on Caldwell then and forcing a boundary throw in. So the throw in on the broadcast side of the ground. It will be Higgins who wins the last effective ruck contest of the quarter. And that is the end of the first quarter, which was started off particularly well by Coldstream, but then Norwood hitting back late in the term. And at quarter time, Coldstream 5 goals to 32, leading Norwood 3 goals 3-21 at the quarter time break, an 11-point lead to the Cougars. So an 11-point lead to Coldstream at the quarter time break as we head into the second quarter. Coldstream 5-2-32. Norwood are 3-3-21. Mark Thomas kicking 2 goals in that first quarter for Coldstream, and certainly Rod Mitchell looking very dominant before he was taken from the field halfway through the quarter. Bob Young to get us underway in this second term.
I'm Andrew Tong, umpire, holds the colleague Sharon aloft, and we're about to start quarter number 2. Good bounce, and here we go again. Gee, wasn't a bad knockout there by Mitchell with the left hand, got it forward. Didn't go a lot further after that. Gee, Price is on the ball by the look of it at this stage. For Coldstream, out it comes again. Norwood player is having all sorts of trouble as Ross Stewart. He can't pick it up. Finally does on the left foot, gets it forward just inside 50. Plenty of activity around up there. Hunter's got it. Just inside 50 as you can see, but gee, the Coldstream players absolutely pounce on that ball. Norwood now going forward, all players on his hands and knees. What's going to happen here? Kick off the ground, touched. Just the one behind. Certainly got us started.
Norwood worked hard there, they worked very hard to get it down there.
Been able to pick up any positional changes there, Simon, or matchups?
Like probably Price has gone into the middle instead of coming off the back line, but there you see him again kicking in from fullback down there. So he does run a lot and he runs all day. He's very fit.
Okay, so Matt Price to bring us back in. Good long kick. Got outside 50. Player racing forward there is John Tymonson. Can he pick it up? Tries to back out. Does. Went to go on the left, then back on the right foot. Bangs it back into 50 there for Norwood. Oh, player dropped the mark when Price came in from behind him. Coldstream now will relieve the pressure. Out we come. Oh, I was going to say it was a good mark, but it was a mark that was actually dropped. Gee, Adams is working hard in there. There's no doubt about that. Look at this Adams go again. Third and fourth effort. Fantastic effort. Gee, you'd love to have a team full of those, Simon.
Certainly would. You don't get enough of them, that's for sure.
Okay, well, the ball all locked up there. Umpire Hillier to give us a ball up right on the edge of that centre square. Colleague Sharon up once again. Ruckman back to back. Neither got any great advantage. Mitchell perhaps got it forward for Coldstream, but they lost possession of it there. Norwood coming into attack. And as you can see there, Vogt has got the ball. Vogt now, a bit of a flat-looking drop punt. Cleared every player. Gee, it wasn't all that well directed. And over the boundary line it went. And that will be a throw in about 6 or 7 metres around from the behind post at the northern end of the ground. We're 2.5 minutes into this second quarter. 5-2 plays 3-4. Handy little lead to Coldstream at this stage.
Yep, handy lead, all right. 10 points, the margin. Boundary throw in deep in the Norwood forward line. Came off hand. Stewart went up in the ruck. Coldstream come out of defence through Kerr. Got a little, it's Glassborough in fact, attacks the ball. Handball onto Skirk. He was all wrapped up, and a great tackle there by Stewart. And Brad Skirk penalised, holding the ball as Norwood surged forward again. Thumping kick to fall forward. Almost a great mark by Higgins. Couldn't quite complete it. Price surges out of defence.
Looks like Tymonson's gone into ruck for Norwood with Higgins going full forward.
Price has kicked a Skirk. Did he get one high initially? The umpire calls play on. Skirk now under a lot of pressure. Was all wrapped up. Chamberlain. Little kick was, it was a pretty sort of intricate little kick. Not sure what the intention was. And Stephen Hancock escorting the ball to the boundary line. So throw in to take place once more. Norwood doing all of the attacking in the early stages of the second quarter. Mitchell goes up against Stewart. Hunt crashes his way in. Kalosh threw it on the boot. Chamberlain, high kick to the full forward position. Stewart just couldn't gather it in then. He applies the tackle on Glassborough. Quick kick at the goals, but it's Fritsch back there to take the mark.
You've got Murphy on long.
Scott Fritsch brings Coldstream out of defence. Williams looking for Murphy. Murphy now gathers it in. Adams drives it inside 50. Davisa was Wheeler the target that time. Ball comes to ground. Chance again for Wheeler, bursts his way through, strong tackle applied, is well played by Albrecht. He throws it on the boot, and the kick lands in the hands of Scott Day, who didn't know that Mitchell was right behind him, but Day's kick still hit the target.
Against Hartman, that one.
The kick by Woolley to the pocket was intended there for Hunt. Hancock back there swoops on the ball for Coldstream. Not much of a kick, but he got it onto Kalosh. He was under a lot of pressure. Michael Kalosh somehow spooned it out to Mitchell. Mitchell coughed it up though. Francis had his kick smothered. Great desperation by the Coldstream defence. Kalosh out of defence. Up towards the wing. Dryden couldn't take the mark this time. Plenty of Norwood players around the ball though, and the umpire's seen the free kick. It will go the way of Norwood.
Norwood picked up their go.
Walkenhurst. Heavy collision. No free kick paid. Hartman gathers it in. Tries to get it on to Kerr that time. Price was terrifically tackled. Great tackle applied there by Vogt. And Matt Price just probably didn't have the awareness there, although it was great closing speed shown by Michael Vogt. Chased Price down.
Good hard footballer.
Vogt just kicks it very high into the forward line, not really doing his forwards any favours. Scott Fritsch got the handball out. Kick goes across the face of goals. Coldstream switching to the broadcast side of the ground. Day hugs the boundary, hits Caldwell on the chest, and Joel Caldwell will go back and line up for what will be his first goal of the day if he can kick it. He's kicked 42 for the season, and I tend to rate him as probably the best small forward in Division 3. He's had a terrific year, 42 goals, leading goal scorer for Norwood this season.
He's certainly the smallest forward in the division.
There's the kick by Caldwell, and he's off target, just one behind there for Joel Caldwell.
I think Norwood have picked up their intensity, but they're getting the ball, they're having all the play, but they're not moving into the forward line quick enough. They've got Higgins down there, they have to use it and get him into it quicker. Coldstream are flooding back.
Okay, we're 6.5 minutes into this second quarter, and just the two scores on the board this stage. Norwood, with two behinds. Coldstream haven't yet scored for the quarter, but it is early days. Custer's last stand from centre half back. On the left now, coming out here towards Hartman. Hartman's a 1-on-2, hits the deck. He won't win that contest. Round the corner there went Woolley. Got the ball across there to Tymerson John. Tymerson into 50. Whoa, that's 25 as well, umpire.
He had to hold his ground.
He certainly did. And as you can see, Caldwell covers a lot of ground, but no 25. So Caldwell from about 52 lets one rip to that northern end goal. Gee, he's given that a bit of a ride off hands, and through for just the one behind.
Matt Stewart doing a very good tagging job on Hartman. He's certainly keeping him out of the game, having no influence.
Now, well, I've called that through for one behind. It wasn't. In fact, umpire Hillier paid a free kick.
I didn't see it. I thought
Fritsch has taken it.
Higgins was in front, so I don't know how he gave the free kick away.
Not sure either, but nevertheless, hold up on play there as umpire Hillier is signalling that the player's got to kick over his mark, and that player is Hancock. So Steve Hancock off the half-back flank for Coldstream, outer side of the ground, or Middleborough Road side. Coldstream working down. There is a good mark, isn't it? Well, he's the leader. Hartman now goes long to the wing, outer side. Oh, what a good effort that was. Thomas just rode through the pack and took the ball with him. Thomas, bit of an up and under kick. Coldstream now, I was going to say working into 50, but it was slow motion footy. Skirk has it. Skirk now, he is down into 50. Beat everyone across the back of the pack. Norwood certainly will clear out of there. Woolley has it in hand. Woolley decides to go to the wing on the outer side of the ground. That'll beat all the players. Big bounce over there. Boy, oh boy, look at these go. Hartman should come in and clean that one up. No, can't quite get to it because Caldwell is in front of him. And the ball goes over the boundary line. That will be a throw-in. Outer side of the ground, 9 minutes into the quarter. 5-2 Coldstream, 3-5 Norwood. Anybody's game, Brad.
Very low scoring start to this second quarter. No goals for either side so far as
Norwood have had to
Mitchell.
play.
Mitchell went up against Higgins. Price was crunched. Heavy tackle on Matt Price, and he'll receive the free kick.
The kicking seems to be a lot better going to left of screen. I don't know if there is a strong breeze out there, but it seems to be a lot better going left.
I correct myself. Price was penalised for holding the
free kick
ball.
away.
There's the quick kick there by Hunt at the goals, but he's off target. And just one behind for Sean Hunt.
He's 3 behinds for the quarter. Brad, could be a bit costly for Norwood.
Scott Fritsch to bring the ball back in. He played his 250th game not all that long ago. It was about probably 8 or 9 weeks ago against Doncaster East. And Fritsch's kick, not much distance on it. Finishes up there with Day. Got it onto Chamberlain. Daniel Adams appealing for holding the ball. Day again releases the handball onto Tymonson. Tymonson lines up the goals, and that's a great team goal for Norwood. Critical goal kicked by John Tymonson, and Scott Day just starting to lift his output as well. It's some good signs for Norwood as they start coming back.
Well, a good goal there to John Tymonson and Simon Megan. The pressure was right on him to kick that, wasn't it?
He certainly had to kick it. They've had all the play and haven't capitalised with the goals. If Coldstream had got away and got a goal, it would have been very bad for Norwood, but no, they held in it.
Okay, tight game now. 5-2 plays 4-6. Anybody's game. Pennington went round the corner wide over there to the wing on the outer side of the ground. Norwood coming into attack off that wing, straight down that centre square line. Didn't quite make 50. Good gosh, Kalosh tried to hook it across the back of the pack, not successful. Umpire Andrew Tong with his hand in the air said, no, the ball's got to come back.
Free kick to Norwood.
Well, Ross Stewart wanted the advantage to be paid there. He kicked the goal on the run, but it will have to come back.
Higgins back in the ruck too.
Yes, umpire Hillier standing on guard over there, directing traffic. He did kick from out there. A kick from, well, just on the 50. Woolley, former Kilsyth player. See if he can kick this one. Will bring the crowd to its feet. So Woolley, no, he couldn't kick the distance. He decides to go round the corner. Oh, he was in trouble from the moment he took off. Boy, oh boy, there he goes again. Good second effort by Woolley, but he's going towards the boundary line. He's got to get hands off, and he does, but it's over the line. That'll be a throw-in. As soon as he moves, Simon, he was in trouble.
Yeah, it had Rod Mitchell stand on the mark too, who isn't overly mobile, so he certainly backed himself in, that's for sure.
Ball comes back in. The big men wrestle. Well, no real advantage there from that ruck around the corner. Was a kick by Kevin Tymonson on that occasion. Ball to the top of the square, but it's a Coldstream mark. And Coldstream will relieve the pressure through Scott Fritsch. Fritsch now, he decides to come down to the members' side of the ground here, and a good mark to Michael Glassborough. So Glassborough, was smothered there. Wasn't a good example of, of a player taking his kick, as you can see. There was a free kick.
Coldstream making a lot of errors,
Throw paid against Hancock.
Yeah, and Hunter playing well. Hunt decides to go wide over there. Has he found a teammate? He certainly has, and it is Ryan Walkenhorst. The little fella took off at 100 clicks an hour. Got to the contest, albeit at ground level, and took a terrific mark. Now he's already kicked one goal, lining up for goal number 2. Vice captain of the Norwood side, kicking to the northern end here at the Box Hill City Oval. Lets one rip. He knows it's a goal. The umpire knows it's a goal. The crowd knows it's a goal. Norwood on fire. 14 minutes into the second quarter here at the Box Hill City Oval, and Norwood, Brad, hit the lead for the first time in the game.
Yeah, it's game on now. Norwood 5 goals, 6-36 to Coldstream 5-32. Long kick forward to full forward. Fritsch fisted it away. He's been good in his second quarter, Scott Fritsch. Stewart over the ball. Ross Stewart this time hard up against the boundary line. Can he kick a miracle goal? Tries to bend it back. Scott Fritsch back there to clear for Coldstream. Gets it onto Skirk. Skirk's kick was well smothered there by Kevin Tymonson. Little kick around the corner by Tymonson, looking for Cordwell. Handball back to Matheson. Good pressure being applied by Coldstream, and Matheson dropping the ball in the tackle, so the free kick goes to Mark Thomas.
Coldstream have made the move of bringing Thomas out of the forward and onto the ball, and he's had a little impact there straight away.
So the handball there from Woolley. Walkenhurst shows his pace.
He's quick.
He's very quick. 2 bounces now. He's only 30 metres out by the time he kicks it. A great run from Ryan Walkenhurst, but he is off target, and just one behind there for Norwood. Takes them on to 5 goals, 7-37. Coldstream 5-32, and it's a 5-point lead to Norwood. But Simon, terrific dash shown there by Walkenhurst.
Yeah, he showed great pace there, and I noticed Coldstream were just walking through the middle. They really didn't make any effort to put any pressure on it.
Well, after a good first quarter by Coldstream, they kicked 5 goals too. They have not scored in the first 16 minutes of this second quarter. Norwood are on a roll. Matheson has got it in the centre of the ground. Matheson now decides to go long over that centre half forward position. That is a terrific mark there. I think it's Francis, is it? Norwood absolutely on a roll here at Box Hill City Oval.
Wally.
We were all wrong on that occasion. Troy Woolley, the former Kilsyth player.
I think at this stage, Norwood are actually making Coldstream look slow. The first quarter was the other way around, where Coldstream are now looking a little bit slow on the legs.
So Troy Woolley, here he goes, almost directly in front. That is a good kick off the boot, but just went away to the left-hand side as it got near home for one behind. Takes Norwood on to 2 goals, 5 for the quarter. Coldstream incredibly have not scored in this second quarter, as Pignataro by the look of it, or is it Chippendale? Chippendale by the look, yeah, he will bring the ball back in. Chippendale decides to come almost straight down the ground, just outside 50, ball to the front of the pack, all player all locked up there, great tackle by Day. Out it comes again, Woolley got hands forward. Players twisting and turning, but umpire Hillier on the spot there.
Free kick there.
And vote.
Very sharp on his feet there.
He certainly is. Vote ran out, then kicked it back in. Goes to the top of the goal square, to the front of the pack now. Gee, trying to force his way through there was Kevin Thomason. Not successful. A bit of a pot shot there by Ross Stewart. And that brought up just the one behind. So that's 2 goals, 6 now the quarter. Norwood, Coldstream yet to score, and we are at the 17 and a half minute mark of the quarter. 5-9 plays 5-2, 7 points in the ball game, Brad.
So good second quarter so far for Norwood. They've held Coldstream scoreless, in fact, and they've managed 2 goals, 6 themselves. So they've certainly had plenty of opportunities to stretch the lead as Fritsch tried to get it onto Thomas.
Well done.
But it's a shot at the goals for Norwood, and it is a goal. So the 6th goal on the board now for Norwood, kicked this time by Tymonson.
Well, Norwood's certainly on a roll here.
Sorry, Bob. They seem to be playing with the don't give up attitude. They're not out of any contest at this stage, Norwood, playing very well.
Well, as we see there, Thomas tried to take the ball out of the air. He was all locked up. Ball squirts wide over here now. Mitchell has got it. Finally gets his kick, but it's an up and under kick. It's still in that centre square area. Gee, it was a bit hot there for Scott Hall. He didn't want to know too much about that one. It's still in that centre square area. And Simon Megan, your comment is absolutely right there. These Norwood players are just running down anything and everything that's got half a chance about it.
Yep, they're not giving up at all. And Coldstream actually finding it very hot in the packs at the moment. Norwood are tackling and going in very hard.
Umpire Hillier goes up once again. Good knock there by Higgins. Got the ball forward. But it goes down now into Coldstream's 50. Umpire Hillier has found an infringement.
Didn't think that was there.
And Brett Hartman has come up with the ball. He'll have a shot. He's directly in front. He's kicking towards the White Horse Road end of the ground. And he'll kick from no more than 35 metres. And Brett Hartman, 51 goals coming into today's game for the season. Yet to kick one today, but probably only seconds away. Hartman, there he comes on the right foot. Lets it ride. Umpire likes it. Yes, he does.
So just 3 points the margin, and Coldstream 6-2-38 to Norwood 6-9-45. 7 points the margin, in fact, after that last goal kicked by Brett Hartman, his first of the day. Chippendale attacks the ball. Kick around the corner there, out into the path of Adams. Couldn't quite trap it. Glassborough is back there in defence, so too Fritsch under pressure. Handball's out in front of himself. Day grabs a hold of it now. High tackle against Kerr, must be paid. And that's a pretty undisciplined effort there from Ryan Kerr. Free kick to go to Scott Day. Coming over from Kilsyth. And from last season where he played. Day's kick though, this time marked defensively by Pignataro. So
very often see him in the back line.
Well, they do tend to swing him around a bit, and certainly tends to play his best football, or his most damaging football, up forward. Ball spills out now to Hunt. Hunt's off and running, left foot kick. Stewart slides in, can't take the mark. Glassborough. Jansen has a bounce. Not a terrible bounce by Jansen, just didn't sit for him. Devissa now grabs a hold of it. He has a bounce. Kicks forward, Devissa. The mark not taken. Hartman grabs a hold of it now though. Hartman gets around Stewart initially, lays it off for Jansen, and Jansen's kicks off target. He got a push in the back from Pennington. Will the umpire call it back? No, he won't. So just the behind there for Coldstream. 6-4-40 now, and Norwood 6-9-45.
22 and a half minutes now gone in the quarter. In we go once again. It's just outside 50, and a good mark there to Coldstream. Coldstream now coming into attack right to the top of the square. Murphy, can he mark it? No, he can't, but he was being held, said umpire Tong, and Murphy will take the free kick. Point blank range. Whitehorse Road end of the ground. Gee, Simon, you don't seem like to see players give away free kicks that close to goal.
Not in the goal square. The free kick was definitely there too, but he's a good footballer. The Norwood player was well out of the contest there. He had to do something. Unfortunately, it was a free kick.
Okay, so Chris Murphy now, in he comes, just lets it ride. Umpire looks straight back over the hat and says that is a goal. Well, a seesawing game here in the second quarter at the Box Hill City Oval. Coldstream one end and Norwood the other end, and Simon, it'll be interesting to see which one of these teams cracks first.
So I think Norwood would certainly like to stop off with a goal here to go into half time with their exceptional play this quarter. They certainly don't want to lose all that good work.
Okay, ball just outside 50 there. It was Price that got up with it, got it forward there for Coldstream. Price again went the wrong way on that occasion. Norwood will clear it out of there, but there's a turnover. Coldstream to come back into attack. Mitchell has it, hands across. Coldstream now coming right down to the top of the square. It's a 2-on-2 situation. Hartman in front. He's taken the mark. Gee, he's got a great pair of hands. Very strong player, very experienced. And he will line up for goal number 2. He's a real bonus when he's on fire in that forward line, Simon, isn't he?
Yeah, he certainly is. He's a great pair of hands. Playing with him over the years, I've seen him take a lot of marks. He's very hard to outmark.
So Brett Hartman, 52 goals for the season. In he comes for goal number 2 today. Lets one ride. Umpire again looks straight back over the hat. That's a goal.
So it took a while to come, but 3 quick goals for Coldstream have put them back in control. 8-3-51.
Norwood need to get this goal.
Norwood 6-9-45. Matheson's long kick to full forward. Will it bounce over the back? No, still in play. Stewart overran it. Handball comes out of defence to Williams. And Rod Williams touches the ball to the ground. Sizes up his options and looks for Murphy on the wing. Chris Murphy takes a good strong mark, and he was crunched by Francis and also Woolley. They certainly made him earn it. Chris Murphy on the wing. Gets pretty close to the man on the mark. The kick was intended there for Hancock, just inside the boundary, and now he's taken over by Pennington. So in this quarter for Coldstream, 2 goals for Brett Hartman and 1 goal for Chris Murphy. Boundary throw-in, broadcast side of the ground, just outside the 50-metre arc for Coldstream. Thomas had it taken off him by Matheson. Vote goes to ground. Higgins. High kick, risky proposition that time, and he's put it out of bounds on the full.
So I think with Hartman going to full forward and Thomas on the ball, Hartman's taken his tag down there as well, which has released Thomas into the play, and it's having a good for Coldstream at full forward and on the ball.
Yeah, Thomas has had a very good second quarter, pretty good game all round so far. Adams crashes through, and that is Mark Thomas on the bottom of the pack coming up with the ball, as it looks as if it might be Kerr limping off the field. It's Dave Dryden, in fact, and Vaughan Wheeler replaces him. Umpire throws it up, fisted out of the air, forward for Norwood. It will be a free kick to Higgins. The ruck duel has certainly been a pretty absorbing one so far. Higgins had his kick smothered by Thomas.
25.
Well, Mark Thomas will want to be careful here. Gee, a lot of finger pointing
another one.
there.
There's another one.
He was standing too close to the man with the ball in the first place. The umpire probably should have called him away, but he was definitely too close, and it was definitely 25 metres.
And Troy Woolley just telling him all about it. That's pretty undisciplined there by Thomas. He knew for all the world that the second 25 was going to come. And
still going.
Yeah, still having a word about it. There's a kick by Higgins to full forward. Clearing kick by Mitchell. Mark taken though for Norwood by Jeff Hall, by Brett Hall I should say. Hall's kick to full forward.
In the back.
And the free kick, paid for pushing the back there. It will go the way of Mitchell. Mitchell switches out to the outer side of the ground, Middleborough Road side of the ground. Thomas's kick into the path of Skirk. Brad Skirk's been pretty good in this first half, had plenty of it. Measures the kick to the wing, looking forward to Visser. Off hands to Price. Price now, nice handball, just released Hancock. Hancock under pressure, did get his kick in. Wheeler over the ball. Tried to get it out to Price running past, missed him, and the siren sounds just as Coldstream were looking dangerous going forward. So the half-time break, and it sees Norwood up by 6 points. Sees Coldstream up by 6 points, I should say. The Cougars are 8 goals, 3, 51. Norwood, 6 goals, 9, 45. And the Cougars heading into the long break with a 1-goal lead.
Welcome back. Quarter number 3 at the Box Hill City Oval. Division 3 Grand Final for season 2003. And the half-time score, Coldstream 8-3-51. Just 6 points ahead of Norwood, 6-9-45.
Francis gets the first effective kick of the third term, inside 50 for Norwood. Chippendale on hands and knees tries to work the ball out of the pack and did it successfully in the end. Handball up towards Pignataro. It was taken off him. Kick forward there by Thomas. By Stewart, I should say, Ross Stewart. Gets it on to Woolley. Now he's paid a fair bit of attention there after the mark was taken by Williams, but the 25-metre penalty not paid.
You can start in this quarter on the bench, just down here warming up.
He's the one riding the bike.
He's the one riding the bike.
So there's the kick by Woolley to the top of the square. Very high kick. No one was able to get hands on it before it hit the deck. And Fritsch bottles it up.
Definitely looks like wind trouble going up to the right end of the screen there.
Yeah, the ball just held up then, didn't it?
It just stopped.
And certainly nobody was able to really judge it all that well. That's Francis going up for the ruck contest. Murphy, Woolley. Murphy goes to ground. Now he's going to get a free kick, Chris Murphy. After he disposed of it, he must have been thrown to the ground. And Chris Murphy sends it up towards the wing. Over the head of Jansen that time. Scott Hall shows some real dash for Norwood. Sends the ball forward to full forward. Kerr is back there though against Day. And Ryan Kerr was desperate to see the ball over the boundary line without it looking too deliberate. And not liking the attention that he was paid there by Scott Day. Neither did the umpire, because he's paid a free kick against Day. And it will go the way of Ryan Kerr. So the very early stages of this third quarter, Division 3 Eastern Football League Grand Final for season 2003. As the strong tackle was applied there, Murphy went to ground, spilled out to Vogt. Good smother by Glassborough, and some great desperation shown in defence there by Glassborough, who was pretty good in the first half, especially that second quarter.
Simon, is there any matchup changes you've been able to pick up as yet?
No, not as yet. It doesn't seem to be too many matchups at all. They're obviously going out to win the game of footy.
Murphy got it across there to Skirk. There they go. Coldstream down into 50. Oh, I was going to say good mark, but it wasn't. Ball to the front of the pack. Players absolutely trying everything. Jansen's in there for Coldstream. In they go now. Hartman. Round the corner he goes. Gets hands across over there to...
Great handball.
Oh, wasn't it ever to Murphy. Bang. There we go. There's the first goal of the third quarter. It's going to go to Coldstream. Murphy was the player. Coldstream... back in front again, 9-3 to 6-9. Murphy started it off the half-back plate, ran down and kicked the ball. Price goes round the corner there for Coldstream, but it's a turnover. Chamberlain now, bang, there he goes. Back down into 50 and a good mark there to Woolley. And the former Kilsyth player now wheels around, goes into 50. Who's he looking for? Oh, he has found a teammate, and that is Scott Day.
Good mark.
And Scott Day was in fact a teammate of Woolley up at Kilsyth. And Scott Day, 45-degree angle. Whitehorse Road into the ground. He'll kick from no more than about 25 metres. And this seesawing game continues. Day, in he comes. Crowd like an umpire just looked back over the brim of the hat. That's a goal.
So 6-point lead to Coldstream, but the quick reply there coming from Scott Day's first goal of the day. Norwood 7-9, 51, and Coldstream 9-3, 57. Hall gets the kick around the corner. Adams misjudged the bounce of the ball. Cordwell, he's off and running, has a bounce, has a second, closes in on the 50, measures the kick, looking for Hunt, went over his head. Probably not the high percentage option there from Cordwell. Glassborough's high kick to half forward and a terrific mark.
I think he might have been concerned about the wind there. He didn't want to go long.
And certainly didn't want to kick it too high or elevate the kick at all, because the wind does seem to be a factor in this third quarter. Francis, his kick just was well weighted for Pennington. And Andrew Pennington on the outer side of the ground, the Middleborough Road side of Box Hill City Oval. Pennington short to Chamberlain. And Chamberlain also short to Matheson. So Paul Matheson in the middle, just surveys the scene further afield. It's a high kick by Matheson. Big fly from Day. Quick kick in the direction of Jeff Hall. Now Hall gathers it. Handball was pretty slick, but it was straight to Price. And Price thumps the kick out of defence for Coldstream. Heads for the safety of the boundary line, and so we'll have a boundary throw in outer side of the ground as Coldstream 9-3, 57 lead Norwood 7-9, 51 by 6 points.
1 goal apiece at the 6.5 minute mark of the third quarter. And Simon Meakin, I just have the feeling that Norwood may have the better pace in this quarter again.
Yeah, they seem to have the pace at this stage. I'm curious about their leg weary after Coldstream had last week off, and obviously Norwood have had a couple of heavy games in the mud. I'm curious to see how their pace holds out.
Okay, well, ball to the front of the pack. Murphy bursting his way through there for Coldstream. Look at him go. Bang, gets it up to the half-forward line. And I think that's Hancock that's got it in hand. It certainly is. And Hancock will drive Coldstream off the wing on the Middleborough Road side of the ground. There he goes long, right down to the half-forward line. Looking for Hartman! Hartman has taken the mark of the day. That is a magnificent mark, Brett Hartman. As Brad tries to pick his, his eardrums up.
Yeah.
Brett Hartman, 2 goals to date. And, gee, I'd like to see him cap that mark off with a goal in between 2 players and just set himself for the mark. And certainly did the job. So the Coldstream coach, in he comes. Gee, it's got a bit of distance on it. Umpire running across to his left. I have a feeling it's off line, and it certainly is. just the one behind.
Norwood have to look at the Hartman situation. He's starting to get a little bit on top in the forward line there, looking a little bit dangerous.
Well, especially Simon Megan, when you take marks like that,
it is hard to stop, I suppose.
It gets the attention of the opposition coach.
So 7 points the margin. 7-point lead to Coldstream still, but a good mark taken there for Norwood by Matheson. High kick, tumbles the kick to the wing. Big fly, no mark taken by Stewart. Came off hands to Price. Over the head of Matheson this time, and the mark held there for Coldstream by Jansen. Jansen wheels his way around. Not a great kick off the boot, didn't really do his forwards any favours, set him a hard task. Hartman got the little handball clear. He goes in again, Brett Hartman, and he's certainly providing a spark in this third quarter.
Just on that one there, Brad, it was a very bad kick going into where he did. He just blazed away when Coldstream had 3 players running through the middle that he could have gone to easily.
So the delivery poor on that occasion as Coldstream went forward. Pignataro over the ball, and the player there for Norwood appealing for holding the ball. It was Thomas, in fact. Haven't really seen much of Pignataro. He's had a very quiet game to this stage after quite a bright opening. Murphy chases it down. Vogt grabs a hold of it. He's all wrapped up by Price. And the umpire, no alternative there but to call for a baller. Umpire Warren Hillier throws it up once more. Francis was pushed off his kick. Little quick kick comes out to the wing. Williams should get to it first. No, he just misjudged it. Cordwell was favoured by a good bounce, and Norwood just going forward once more. Cordwell applies the tackle now. They've coughed it up, Norwood. Chippendale, great pressure by the Norwood team. The shot at goal looks pretty good, but it's just off target. And gee, that football, nobody seemed to be able to get a real clean handle on it as it was going forward for Norwood. But they've kicked another behind. They move on to 7 goals, 10, 52. Trailing Coldstream 9 goals, 4, 58. A little bit wasteful, the Norwood team at this stage.
Okay, 10 minutes into this third quarter at the Box Hill City Oval. 1-1 apiece these sides in this third quarter. We come back in again. It's just outside 50. Comes to the front of the pack, but there's a whistle on play, and looks like Adams is going to take the kick. Daniel Adams, there he goes through that centre wicket area. Ball to the front of the pack. Gillum back on the ground. Tries to duck it out the back. Skirk. What can he do with it? Loses possession. Good second effort though by Skirk to get back up there. Gee, look at these guys go. Around the corner there goes Matheson. Bombs it out there. No one in particular at home for Norwood. Ball coming close to the boundary line. It's over. As Jeff Hall
thought he could have made that
stamp on it.
I thought he could have made that mark then. I was surprised he hesitated and waited for the bounce.
I agree with you too, Simon Megan. There's no doubt about that. Well, there's a gimme. Back into 50 goes Norwood, but it's a 1-on-2 situation. The one doesn't win too many of those. And as you can see, Ryan Kerr just sees it over the boundary line. Throw in, half forward flank, Whitehorse Road into the ground. Good crowd for this third division grand final. In we come again. Oh, a bit of a push and shove there by Mitchell. Got away with it in the ruck contest. Ball to the front of the pack. Norwood going into attack now. Gee, what can Woolley do with it? Round the corner there goes Hunt. He has kicked a goal. That's his second. Back in the centre with umpire Warren Hillier. Up we go again. Ball in the centre of the ground. Good pick up there by Scott Hall. Into 50. Oh, good effort there by Woolley. Woolley has marked it.
Mentioned there, Scott Hall, he's really picked up off the wing and given him a good drive out off the wing there.
Good call. Okay, Troy Woolley hasn't kicked a goal. 45-degree angle. Whitehorse Road into the ground. He'll kick from about 45 metres. But as we've mentioned a couple of times, there is a breeze down there. He decides to go in short. Oh, didn't come off.
Held on to him.
Ball to the front of the pack. Umpire Hillier said no, it wasn't going to squirt, so he'll come in and give us a ball up. 2-1 for the quarter. Norwood 1-1 Coldstream. We're at the 13-minute mark. All locked up. 8-10, 9-4, 58 apiece. But the ball is very, very deep in Norwood's forward line. Throw in.
Luke Higgins still on the bike. He's just been pedalling gently for most of this third quarter.
I don't know if it's an injury or they're saving for the last quarter. He seemed to get through the first half already.
Price round the boundary there for Coldstream. Did get the ball forward to Murphy. 1-on-2 situation. Murphy's got to lock it up. Didn't quite do it. In fact, no. A good tackle there by Woolley. And Andrew Tong, umpire, will come in and ball us up. Just on the edge of the centre square, Middleborough Road side of the ground. A little bit behind play there. Emergency umpire bounding towards the action as the ball squirts from that pack, but it is a Coldstream mark, and Fritz has come up with the mark. So Fritz will drive off that back line for Coldstream up into that centre square area. All player pushed out there was Gillam, but I think he may have milked it for everything he had. Matheson now for Norwood. Has he got he hasn't got a runner out there because Price come in underneath. Ball all locked up on the 50-metre line. Umpire Hillier has said was not disposed of correctly. And a Norwood free kick coming up. And looks like Price sitting on the ground over there. He's not happy with the decision. And reluctantly passes the ball back. So Norwood to come into attack from just outside 50. It's a brute of a kick, but it gets right to the top of the square. And John Tymonson, or is it Sando? Sando's on the ground, is he, Brad?
Yeah, yep.
Sando.
Didn't play at all in the first half, but he's on the ground in this third quarter and quickly having an impact.
I think all the players went to the front of the pack then, and he just sat at the back, and Wynn didn't really drop that one.
Well, he certainly has had an impact coming on at half-time there. Travis Sandow has kicked a goal, and that puts Norwood a goal up.
So Travis Sandow booting the ball out into Whitehorse Road. Took a while to come back, and it's a 6-point lead for Norwood. 9 goals, 10-64 to Coldstream, 9-4, 58. Norwood at half-back now. The kick up towards the wing. Williams was outpointed that time. It was the kick there by Caldwell, and he's put it out of bounds on the full. Joel Caldwell surging forward, but just didn't quite have the finish that time, and the free kick will go to Coldstream. Simon Norwood seem to be full of running at the moment, and Coldstream just struggling to match him, but what can they do to lift?
At this stage, I would probably have a look. Scott Hall on the wing here. He's really getting the better of Adams, so I would certainly look at, and they're getting a lot of drive off the wings off both sides of the ground. Maybe swap the wingman and try and get something different there, because Scott Hall's definitely having an impact on the game.
Daniel Adams looking pretty frustrated that time in the contest. Over the ball, Hall wrapped up by Adams. Adams tries to throw him to the ground. And Scott Hall keeping his feet that time. The umpire once again throws it up. Mitchell this time wins a decisive ruck tap. Glassborough was held by Woolley. No free kick paid. Walkenhurst put his body on the line.
He ducked his head though.
And the free kick was paid against Thomas. And a couple of Norwood players not appreciating the fact that Thomas continued to lie over the top of his opponent. So Ryan Walkenhurst, he certainly did duck his head. He put himself in a fair bit of danger there, you have to say. Up towards half forward. Caldwell at the foot of the pack. Grabs a hold of it now, but he can't keep it in.
Yeah, I think, Brad, Coldstream have got their strong on-ball team in. But like their on-balls are certainly all on the ball now. So maybe there's a change needed there, something different. They are losing around the packs.
Fisted out of the air this time by Tymonson. Chamberlain around the corner with the kick to full forward looking for Day. Chippendale got it off to Fritsch, and Scott Fritsch clears it out of defence. Skirk takes the mark in front of Tymonson. Bradley Skirk looks to go in short to the middle. DeVissa flew high, couldn't keep his feet though. Now he grabs a hold of it. Good recovery by DeVissa.
Wasn't it?
So long searching kick by Wayne DeVissa looking for Hartman. Pennington was back there to defend. Ball spills over the back. Jansen tries to gather it in, and Brett Hall this time bottles it up, and good work by the Norwood defence after it looked for a moment there like Coldstream were, like the door was open for a Coldstream goal.
And Simon, I noticed that Luke Higgins is off the bike. He's been on it for 19 minutes of the quarter on the boundary line here, but maybe he's going to come back on.
Chance there still for Pignataro. Quick kick shot at goal, but he's off target.
Yeah, I think it would actually be a good time to put Higgins back on now towards the end of the quarter. It'll certainly give fresh legs around the centre for Norwood, which would be good for them now.
Well, to get a run on as they have without their gun ruckman playing on the ground this quarter, I think they've done a darn good job. Norwood to bring the ball back in. Going to come across here right to the commentary side of the ground position. Hartman calling for the mark. And I think the umpire said yes, that's fine. So Brett Hartman, probably kicked from about nearly 60 metres, a bit far out to score, you would think. But he gives it everything, boy. It's a long ride. It's right to the top of the square, to the front of the pack now. Players coming in from everywhere. Gee, I can see Walking Horse there, just waiting for it to squirt in his direction. Didn't quite do it. But Norwood, you wouldn't believe it. Pennington saw your leg off Simon, or Andrew.
He did actually find the line though. It did bounce in play.
Okay,
I don't know whether it was a good or bad kick.
I'm not sure either. Okay, in we come once again. Rucks pushing each other. No one got any advantage from that throw in. Corwell in there, slung off the ball. Round the corner there goes Thomas for Coldstream, right to the front of the pack, looking for Hartman. Tried to milk it for everything. Umpire wasn't having any of that. Down into the centre square area there, Tymerson, which is John, forcing the ball forward, right in that centre wicket area. Chamberlain goes wide, had no one to kick it to out there, went for the ground. Chippendale leading in the race with there, out at Squirt, Skirk on the to it for Coldstream. He's slung, boy oh boy, these players absolutely giving their all over there. Umpire calling play on. Will it squirt out? Yes, it does. Chamberlain comes out with it for Norwood, but it's only going to go as far there as Glassborough. He will mop up for Coldstream off the half-back flank. On the left he goes now, up through the wing on the outer side of the ground. Coldstream mark. It is Jansen that goes to the half-forward line now to Thomas, to Murphy. And Murphy just outside 50 comes in, switches play. Oh, not a good switch at all. Looking at the back there is Adams. What can he do with it? Not much was the answer. Umpire has found an infringement.
Yeah, well, Adams never really got a hold of the ball, and he was all wrapped up with the tackle there. So Adams Adams tackled without the ball.
Would have been a good tackle though. They certainly went pretty hard at him.
Yeah, so Daniel Adams hasn't probably had the best of days, but certainly got the opportunity now to put a goal on the board. He's kicking to the northern end. He's 30 metres out straight in front. Lets one rip. It's an awkward looking kick, and just the one behind takes Coldstream on to 1-3 for the quarter. Conversely, Norwood has kicked 3 goals, 1. We're at the 22-minute mark of the quarter. 9-10 plays 9-6.
Scott Hall brings the ball back in once again for Norwood. Devisa in the box seat, but Hartman floated in from the side, and a terrific mark again by Brett Hartman. And Simon, he's just had a huge third quarter.
I think, especially on the kick-ins, Norwood got to kick it away from him. He's marking all of their kick-ins at this stage.
No mark taken this time in defence. Gillam applies a strong tackle. Ball on the deck there, and it's going to be a ball up. Adrian Gillam, who started the game off pretty well, had plenty of it in the first quarter and then went off injured, but he is regarded as probably the best tackler in the Coldstream side, as there's a quick shot at goal by Thomas, and Mark Thomas, making something out of nothing, takes his opportunity and gets the quick goal there for Coldstream. So Coldstream back in front, 10 goals, 6-66, leading Norwood 9 goals, 10-64 after that great goal by Mark Thomas. On the wing now, Coldstream. Adams burst his way through. Little quick kick. Didn't go very far. Thomas gets the handball away. Matheson around the corner. Was intercepted by Glassborough. Glassborough just paddles it out in front of himself. Cordwell did well, worked his opponent out of it. Ball spills loose once more. Pignataro just briefly got hands to it. Hancock got it out to Glassborough. Glassborough's kick, he was dumped after he kicked it. And the mark's been held there by Chris Murphy inside 50 metres. And Michael Glassborough gets the pats of appreciation from his teammates. He worked pretty hard to force the ball forward for Coldstream on that occasion. Let's see what Chris Murphy can do. He's kicked 2 goals today. 1 in the second quarter, 1 in this third term. And he'll line up from just inside the 50. Chris Murphy, the kick starts left and just continues to pull left. So 1 point there, just managed to sneak it in for a behind. Coldstream 11 goals, 11-77, leading Norwood 9-10-64. 13-point lead now. It's, we'll just correct that score, sorry. 11. Well, it's Coldstream still in front, and Norwood to bring the ball back in through Scott Hall.
Okay, ball comes in. It's outside 50 from the back of the pack there. Hughes, Marcus Stewart couldn't quite bring the ball to ground, but a good second effort, and he absolutely got cleaned up for his trouble, and he will get the free kick. So Matt Stewart, the former Bayswater player, on the left foot. Awkward looking kick, but he did find Caldwell. And Caldwell now, he decides to go short. He's looking there for Tymonson, couldn't quite find him. He was cleaned up as well.
There was no eyes on the ball there on that occasion.
Good call. So John Tymonson now, he's outside 50, kicking down towards that White Horse Road end of the ground. There's only 3 points in the game. Boy, there it goes off the pack. Bit of a pot shot around the corner there from Hunt. He kicked it. Norwood goal. Back in the centre once again with umpire Warren Hillier and Simon Megan. This is just that one seesaw of a game.
It is a very good game, very good game. Neither side wants to give in, which grand final, that's what happens.
Thomas goes forward for Coldstream from that centre square area. It's inside Coldstream's 50. Hartman trying hard. It has pushed away from him. Oh, player went down there was Francis. But umpire just perhaps not looking in that direction. And squirts over towards the boundary line. That will be a throw-in. We've played 26 and a half minutes into this third quarter. And as good a game of third division footy as you'd wish to see.
Yeah, I think since quarter time, Norwood have had the approach of that don't give up, and they've taken everything Coldstream's thrown at them. They've managed to answer, which has been very good.
Okay, well Higgins coming back on the ground, so they've swapped a tall for a short walk, and Horse was that came off into just into 50 now. It's Woolley has taken the mark for Norwood. So Woolley playing well on that half-forward flank over there. In he goes right to the top of the goal square. No mark. To the front of the pack. Chamberlain tried to go around the corner, but it just spins off. Or Sandow. Well, those two have got ponytails. They do look a little bit alike, Brett, don't they?
Not often you get two in the one team, that's for sure.
That's for sure. So Sandow, that's the second time I've missed him in this quarter. And he kicked the behind. Ball comes out in the direction of Kerr, and he took the mark. 27 and a half minutes gone. Coldstream now going forward, straight down the line to the far side of that centre square. Norwood back into attack. Gee, Matheson didn't quite get to the fall of the ball on that occasion. Norwood lost control of it. Coldstream coming back in. Oh, there's a good it wasn't paid to Murphy. Didn't quite hold it long enough. Coldstream now got to come into attack. Into 50. Can they pick it up? Boy, the pressure's on. Great tackle there by Francis. And umpire Hillier just indicating that the ball was not disposed of correctly. And a free kick to the Norwood side. Tymonson now has it. He'll go long down the far side of the ground. Norwood coming into attack. That's Chamberlain to the back there now. Got him right this time. But Coldstream come up with the ball. Kick it in short, right in front of the umpire on that occasion. Gee, I tell you what, Matheson working hard to lock his opponent up. Coldstream again break the tackle. In they go. Just in underneath there is Adams. What can he do with it? Nothing is the answer. Just inside 50, umpire looking closely. That's certainly got to be a ball up.
Higgins has actually gone into the back line onto Patrick Murphy.
Good move too, I would have thought. Coming up to the 29-minute mark of the quarter. 10-11 plays 10-7. Norwood 4 points up, Brad.
Murphy won the tap this time. Mitchell in the middle, couldn't take the mark against Stewart, and he's given a free kick away, Rod Mitchell. Advantage is paid. Chamberlain has two bounces, sends it forward. No mark taken that time by Jeff Hall. He was crunched in the pack. Woolley recovered really well, got around his opponent. Little quick kick by Woolley, and he's found a teammate. Sandow taking the mark, and terrific play by Troy Woolley. Just gathered the ball in cleanly, kept his feet, got around a couple of opponents, and hit your teammate with the pass. Let's see what Sandow can do. He's already kicked one goal in this quarter, but that is not such a good result there.
He's actually been very lively in the forward line since going up there this quarter.
He'd be disappointed with the way he finished off, though, as that kick failed to score. But at three-quarter time, the final change of the Division 3, grand final for season 2003. Norwood are up by just 4 points, 10 goals 11, 71. Norwood lead Coldstream 10 goals 7, 67, and we're set for a thrilling final quarter in the Division 3 grand final. Well, a very good third quarter by Norwood, where they kicked 4 goals to Coldstream's 2. Sees them head into this last term with a 4-point lead, 10 goals 11, 71. Leading Coldstream 10 goals 7, 67. For Norwood today, Sean Hunt 3 goals so far, and for Coldstream, Mark Thomas has kicked 3. Should be a fantastic last quarter, and to get us underway, Bob Young.
Thinks Brad is going to be a cracker of the last quarter. Umpire Hillier just waiting for the last of the people to leave the ground. There's the siren. We are underway in the last quarter of the Division 3 Grand Final for season 2003. Who will win, Coldstream or Norwood? Don't know. We're 25 minutes away. Around the corner goes Coldstream again. Vogt got the ball forward. Down in the direction there of Hunt. Just inside 50. Norwood trying desperately down there, close to the boundary line. Gee, players are all locked up there. Corwell can't do any better than he's done today. Just inside the boundary line, and umpire Tong will come in and give us a ball up. Oh no, might have gone over the boundary line perhaps. No, will be a ball up. Okay, first option's always the best, they say. Umpire Tong lets it go once again. Up we go. Norwood smothered. Big hand forward there by Mitchell. For Coldstream, got the ball forward. Only come out as far as Thomas. Coldstream working the ball down the wide. Hancock was wide down the wing on the far side of the ground. Coldstream in control, and Divisa has taken the ball. Awkward looking kick by Divisa. A bit of a helicopter shot. Gets down to the far end of the centre square. 4 points of difference in the game. No change to the quarter time score. And we're just over 1 minute into this last quarter. Simon Megan being able to spy any changes of position or matchups in this last quarter?
No, not at this stage.
Okay, so it's all as she goes. Hartman gets the ball across there to Pignataro. There's a shot. Pignataro has kicked the goal.
Johnny Pignataro so often comes to the fore in the last quarter of games. He's a great final quarter performer, and he's especially good big occasion player.
And that is where he's at his best, where he's running through half forward on the run. He's very dangerous.
And when you see the number 4 taken in a situation like that, you know he's going to give it off. And obviously Pignataro knew exactly what Hardy was going to do, and has kicked the goal. Brad?
He's had a fairly quiet day, Pignataro. He did kick the first goal of the match, but since then he's struggled to really get his hands on the football. But let's just see how he goes in this last term, because he can be a real match winner for the Coldstream team. As Glassborough probably copped a high one, ducked into it though, so no free kick paid. Tymonson appeals for holding the ball. Umpire decides against it. The margin now is just 2 points. Coldstream hit the front once again. It's been back and forth all day. The lead has changed numerous times. Coldstream 11-7, leading Norwood 10 goals 11. Price was bumped off the ball. Chamberlain to Tymonson. Seemed to be a throw, but it was to the opposition player. No free kick was paid. Out towards the wing now. Norwood are off and running. Scott Hall forced onto his left foot as Murphy closed in on him. Hartman couldn't, or was Kerr that time, couldn't take the mark. Shot at goal by Day, but he's well and truly off target. And Scott Day has sprayed it for one behind. He's kicked 1 goal today, but on that occasion failed to have the desired accuracy. Norwood 10 goals 12, 72. They trail by just 1 point. Coldstream are 11-7, 73. It's been an exciting start to this last quarter, Bob.
It certainly has been. And look, I'm looking down here in front of me, and I can see Luke Higgins back on that exercise bike. I can't help but think that he's got an injury. He's only played 5 minutes of the third quarter, and he's on the boundary line again.
I did notice that myself. I thought the same thing.
Okay, so Norwood now with a kick on goal. Matheson, he's a long way out. Gee, to be a ripper of a kick. He's going to have to kick from about 55 metres to that northern end goal. Not impossible. Let's see what he can do.
Kicked a great goal in that second quarter, of course. Probably the goal of the day so far.
And Luke Matheson, in he comes, lets one rip. but tried to perhaps kick it a little bit too hard. Didn't have the direction and it was wide and over the boundary line again, and that'll be a throw-in. We're 4 minutes into this last quarter. Pardon me, only 1 point the difference. Coldstream 11-7, which is 73 to 10-12, 72. So just the 1 point in the game. Coldstream got to work it down that wing on the outer side, but they lose control of it. Or no, they don't. They come back into attack. Now here's Kerr. What can he do with it? Certainly Coldstream. Kerr coming into attack through the wing on the outer side. Racing towards it over there is Wheeler. And he has taken the mark. Wheeler now wheels around, goes down towards the far end of the centre square. Off hands, ball to the front of the pack. Players trying hard. Stewart in there trying hard for Norwood. Hands up it was. Chamberlain, boy oh boy, that didn't help anyone. Tymonson has got it. Can he get round his opponent? No, he can't. That's it.
He took him on.
Absolutely. And a good decision there by the umpire. Glasper is the player for Coldstream. Terrific effort there. And he's come up trumps. Skern has got the ball. Awkward looking kick close to the boundary line over there. Player held. No, umpire still called play on. Round the corner there goes Klein for Norwood. He's being held. He's a player. Look
Still
at him.
held.
Certainly was, and he will get the free kick.
Played it well.
So Darren Klein off the wing. Outer side or Middleborough Road side of the ground here at Box Hill. And Woolley comes in. Played a terrific game on that half forward line for Norwood this afternoon. So Woolley, who's he going to go for? At the back of the pack I can see Sando moving. Is he going to go that far down? Let's see. Gee, Sando's got to be the man, but the pack comes in. He was like Custer with the little bighorn. He was totally surrounded. And as you can see, umpire Hillier has found an infringement, and Mark Thomas will take the ball.
So Thomas brings it out of defence towards half-back, and good grab taken there by Gillum. And he was crunched in taking the mark. Well, I don't think that's a 25-metre penalty because it wasn't really late. It was as he took the mark, so that's a curious decision.
It was very fractionally late. I don't think it was too late, though.
Oh. So Gillum, the beneficiary of the 25-metre penalty, looks to his forwards and then kicks to the spot where Devissa was leading. Ball came over the back. Walkenhurst clears for Norwood. And the ball over the boundary line just in front of Skirk and Tymonson. So just 1 point the margin. Coldstream at this stage leading. They've won the last 17 matches in season 2003 after losing the first 2 of the year. They won their last 16 home and away matches, and then the second semi-final against Doncaster East. Price scoots away, steadies now, lines up the goals, it drifts across the face. Hartman flies. Oh, gee, had a fair bit of it, just couldn't quite drag it down. Pignataro's tackled, released the handball to Jansen. Jansen was forced onto his left foot, and he was off target with the kick. But it was exciting play then, first from Matt Price, then the big fly by Hartman, and then Pignataro, who tried to set up his teammate for the goal.
Okay, a tight last quarter here at the Box Hill City Oval.
I think Norwood really have to keep their pressure. Their pressure around the packs is what's got them to this stage of the game. I think for them to win it, they really have to even pick it up a little bit more.
Yeah, agree with the comment. Good long kick in by the Norwood side. Oh, and the Talls, they don't get any shorter, do they, as the game progresses? And a good mark to Wheeler. Mitchell, is it? Sorry. So Coldstream now to come into attack from that centre square area. Good. That's a Norwood mark, certainly, and it looks as though it's Albrecht. So Albrecht now, there he goes, the wing on the outer side, a bit of an up and under kick. It's a 1-on-2 situation. Can Norwood get it out of here? Oh, no, they don't. That was Tymerson took on his opposite number there, not successful. Umpire looking closely, and that will be a ball up. Wing outer side, 8.5 minutes into the quarter, 11-8, plays 10-12. There's 2 points of difference, 74 to 72. Coldstream up by the barest of margins. Up we go again, no great advantage from the ruck, although Tymonson did get it forward there for Norwood. Norwood coming into attack. Ball to the front of the pack. What can they do with it now? Round the corner there went Hall. I was going to say to the top of the square. It didn't quite make the top of the square because it just drifted off at the last moment, but it is forced through for just the one behind. So Norwood have kicked 2 behinds for the quarter. Coldstream 1 goal 1, and there is a point the difference.
Ricky Francis back on for Norwood. And Michael Vode is off. Scott Fritz to bring the ball back in. He's taking plenty of time here. The umpire will probably give him the hurry up shortly. Fritz kicks pretty well straight down the middle. Gillen was the target, and Gillen drifts in to take a mark safely on the chest, just in front of Tymonson. Adrian Gillen still in his defensive 50. Banks the kick to the wing. 2-on-1 contest. Jensen was outpointed that time. Plenty of Norwood players there to offer support. Albrecht just standing off to the side of the pack now. He gets the kick. Albrecht's kick to full forward. Chance there for Sandow. Can he chase it down? He was desperate. But the boundary line was the victor on that occasion.
It was well done by Chamberlain up there too in the pack. He had second and third efforts to push the ball forward.
Yeah, they did win it out well. Chamberlain getting it out to Albrecht, and then the kick was drifting across the face, and Sandow showing plenty of desperation. He's been pretty good since coming on in that third quarter. He's been quite lively in the forward line. Mitchell wins the tap this time, but it's intercepted by Woolley. Has a flying shot at the goal. It's a great goal. Kicked by Troy Woolley, and he's been outstanding for Norwood since going forward. It gives Norwood a 5-point lead now. And Norwood now 11 goals, 13.79 to Coldstream 11.874. But Troy Woolley has just threatened to do something special most times when he's gotten the ball, and finally he's produced probably the goal of the day so far.
Well, good to see Troy Woolley cap off his game with that goal. He's been terrific across that half-forward line today, Simon, hasn't he?
Yes, it certainly has been. I was just watching Chamberlain down the back there on the back line. Coldstream really got it, like he's shown good experience and good poise through the second half of the game. And I think they've got to watch him, Coldstream.
Back in the centre once again. Oh, gee, I think Scott Hall might have been a bit stiff there. Just couldn't quite get his arm to the ball. Chamberlain slips it out. Murphy for Coldstream. In he comes. It's into 50 now. Boy, oh boy, off hands on that occasion. Hartman couldn't quite get the fingers to the ball. Off hands, and in fact, it's gone over the boundary line. Divisa was in there. Probably the last man in, saw it over. And there will be a throw-in just inside 50. At the White Horse Road end of the ground. We're coming up to the 12-minute mark of the quarter. 79 plays 74, 5 points Norwood's way. Seesawing game, has been all day. Out it comes, boy oh boy, was Francis locked up then, you better believe it. And we will have a ball up just inside the 50. Umpire indicating his exit. And umpire Tom gets us underway once again. Oh gee, I tell you, Mitchell tried to hook it across the back of the pack on that occasion. Divisa has it. He's all locked up. He's caught. And the free kick will certainly go to Albrecht. Geez, he's had a bit of an impact since he's come on, Albrecht.
Yes.
It's his third or fourth touch in the last couple of 3 minutes. There he goes through the wing, right in front of our commentary position. Look at Woolley. Boy, oh boy, that was a great mark.
Yes, he's certainly given him something down there on the half-forward line.
Okay, so Woolley now, bang, down he goes through to the centre half-forward position at the northern end of the ground. Off the pack, Klein had a pot shot, not successful. Punch forward there by Hunt. It's loose. Is there a Norwood player inside? Boy, there is, but he's underneath the pack of about 3 of them. There is a pot shot towards goal. It is a Norwood goal. Brad, who kicked it? I missed it.
That's Sandow.
Sandow.
Yeah.
Well, that's his second goal, and boy, oh boy. This is a fire game, is it not?
Just the last 2 contests down here in Coldstream's forward line, Divisa, his efforts at the ball, he hesitated, and it really cost Coldstream that. Across the half forward line for Coldstream, he stopped and let Norwood run away with it. Bad move.
Good call there, Simon. Exactly right. And Norwood certainly capitalised on it. Umpire Tong once again. Up we go. We're 13 and a half minutes into the quarter. Norwood sneaking away. 12-13-85, 11-8-74 Coldstream, Brad.
Kick forward there by Stewart was marked by Skirk. And Skirk's kick looking for Divisa. This time he takes the mark. So he certainly attacked the ball a little more vigorously that time. Kick there by Divisa to the true centre half forward position. Day goes up for the mark, can't take it. Ball on the deck. Quick kick forward by Mitchell. but a good mark taken by Tymonson, and John Tymonson will clear once more for Norwood. Short pass is on for Day. Day just had to wait for a little while, but he judged it nicely. Scott Day up towards the wing, but this time Hancock chips in to take a mark, and Stephen Hancock will push Coldstream forward once more.
John Thomason had a serviceable game, Simon?
Yeah, he certainly has. I've been very impressed with his game so far.
Devissa flew up for the mark, couldn't take it. Came off hands from Skirk. Got it to Mitchell. The kick forward didn't go all that far. Norwood have plenty of players there to defend. Albrecht gets the quick kick forward under plenty of pressure. Hancock flies high. Mitchell now grabs a hold of it, works through the traffic pretty easily in the end. Price taps it on cleverly to Kerr. Kerr back to Price, and Price from the wing has time to steady. The kick inside 50, the mark taken by Skirk, and a terrific effort. It's might be Wheeler, in fact, for Coldstream.
The ball travelled a little bit longer than Walkenhorst predicted then. He ran in and it went straight over his head, which it hasn't been doing all day up that end of the ground.
It wasn't a really cleanly executed kick by Matt Price, but he put it inside 50. Wheeler took a good mark. Wheeler's a pretty good grab overhead for his size. Lines up the goals. Right to the square. Big fly again from Hartman. Scott Hall's there on the deck, and he clears for Norwood. Adams from outside 50. Drifts across the face. Pignataro flies high. Can he get boot to ball? Not quite. And Norwood bottle it up once more for a ball up, but Pignataro so dangerous when he gets his hands on it in that forward line, but he just hasn't been able to get the ball enough today.
Well, we've seen two kicks in towards goal. Both went very high and both stood up on the breeze, Simon.
Yeah, it's been doing it all day.
Yeah, well, the shot at goal there was from Gillam, but he couldn't quite work the magic. And just off target there, Adrian Gillam scores level. So it's a exciting finish to this Division 3 grand final. Coldstream 11-19. 11 goals, 9, 75. And Norwood 12 goals, 13, 85. So 10 points the deficit. And we've gone 16 minutes in the last quarter.
Okay, ball out in the half back flank, or half forward flank. Price again, round he comes. Boy, oh boy, look at him go right to the top of the square. Gee, Hartman was in front, couldn't bring the ball down. Oh, Murphy trying hard, a pot shot there by, I think it might have been Jansen, and he's kicked the goal. There's 4 points in the game. What a grand final we've got in our hands.
It was well done by Skirky off the kicking end to handball the ball off the deck to a Price running past.
Well, look, this is certainly a grandstand finish. Been a great game all day. Norwood got away to a fairly ordinary start, you'd have to say. Coldstream well on top in the first half of the first quarter, but Norwood have clawed their way back, and it's certainly been a seesawing game since quarter time. In fact, Coldstream won the first quarter by 11 points. Norwood bounced back and won the second by 5, and Norwood then won the third quarter by 10 points. Ball back in the centre of the ground once again. The race is on. Here's Adams. Goes long into 50. Hartman outpointed on that occasion. Pennington was the Norwood player, and he just positioned himself a little bit better. And may well have been that the wind was swirling the ball around somewhat, but Pennington has come up with it. The vice score, one of the co-vice captains in Andrew Pennington, comes in towards the commentary position, but Mitchell over the top, and he forced the ball out for a throw-in. 17, nearly 18 minutes into the quarter. We've had a 31.5 minute quarter, a 28.5, a 29.5. So it'll be somewhere in that 28, 29 minutes by the look of it. We've only gone 18, so plenty of time left yet. In we come. Well, Mitchell from the back couldn't quite get the ball forward. Price couldn't handle it. Murphy certainly does, but a one-hander back to Price. That was smothered. Gee, look at these players. They're absolutely giving their all in there. That's holding the ball,
just
umpire.
About holding the ball.
No, play on was the call. Chamberlain over the boundary line with the ball, and that will certainly be a throw-in.
Coldstream can consider themselves a little bit lucky there, because initially there seemed to be a throw from Murphy, and then Adams was caught and held for a long time with the ball, but neither free kick went the way of Norwood.
Okay, ball in again. Murphy, over the back of the pack was Thomas, but to no great advantage. Players on all fours. That'll certainly be a ball up. Umpire Hillier right on the spot there. And we're just inside 50 down at the White Horse Road end of the ground. Coldstream kicking that way this quarter. Umpire Hillier just having a word to Mitchell. And I think there's a free kick. The free kick is going to go to Mitchell by the look of it. So the big boy, Rod Mitchell, hasn't kicked a goal so far today. But our camera right behind him on this occasion. He'll kick from just on the 50. White Horse Road end of the ground. Plenty of goal face open to him. And if Coldstream ever needed him to kick a goal, it's right now.
Certainly does.
Bang, he goes from 50, puts it up. Is it going to wander back? No, off hands. It didn't score anything, in fact. Whoa, gee, Klein went in hard. He came out backwards with it. But Norwood nevertheless did clear the ball. Out wide, Klein, a good second effort, backs up, picks the ball up. Little bit of a chip kick over there to Tymonson. And that was good work, wasn't it, Simon? Terrific work.
It was. They ran it out well.
Okay, Norwood working the ball wide over there, far side of the ground. It's still in play. Is it ever? Coldstream come back. Can they clear it out of there? They're trying everything, but no. On the ground is Sando. He's a long way out from goal. Norwood now coming into attack. This is Walkenhorst. Walkenhorst has a bounce. He can take another bounce. Has a pot shot. Walkenhorst has absolutely kicked the goal. That's his third. What a fantastic passage of play. It came right from that back line. Everybody had a hand in it, and Walkenhorst finished it off.
Certainly excellent from Klein coming out of the back pocket there. He knocked the ball on and chased it and ran after it, and he used good pace. He did very well.
Well, Ryan Walkenhorst, he's a bit like a fox terrier with a slipper the way he bounces onto that ball. And he brought up his third goal. 21 minutes gone in the quarter, Brad. What a game.
3 goals for Ryan Walkenhorst, and he's an excitement machine when he's got the ball and he's off and running. 13-13 to 12 goals, 9, 10 points. The lead's still there for Norwood, and Klein has it. Inside 50, Fritsch against Jeff Hall. Hall can't take the mark. Soccer's off the ground. Did he get a push in the back? No, the umpire didn't see it that way. And the ball socket out of bounds. So 10 points the lead for Norwood. 13-13, 91. Leading Coldstream, 12-9, 81. It's been a stirring effort from Norwood to compete so well with a team who's won 17 games straight before today.
Been very dominant through the year, haven't they?
Well, they certainly have, and boys, I can remember a comment that Brett Davidson made to me last year when Norwood went out early in the final series. He said they were disappointed, but they would take the experience of last year into this year with them, and it looks as though they've certainly capitalised on that.
Jeff Hall gets the handball out to Sandow. He was strongly tackled. Out of defence now. That was Thomas. He took the opposition on. What's the umpire saying? He's saying
he did call advantage, but I think he's taken it back.
Okay, so the free kick to come back to the back pocket with Kolosh.
Good gosh.
So Michael Kolosh off the left foot, looking for Thomas. Big fly. Jansen went to ground. Player down there for Norwood. Might be Stewart. Jansen over the ball. And the umpire's seen the free kick, so some free kick will go to Norwood.
That player was Matheson that was down. He's on his feet, but I think he's got a thumping headache.
Mitchell, good mark, good strong grab at the back of the pack. And, well, he can just keep his cool head here and slow it down. Looks for Thomas again. They seem to be kicking to Thomas a lot, but he's usually pretty well matched up on.
That's Norwood's, like, once again, he just come from nowhere to it and got to a marking contest he never should have.
Stewart wheels around, looking for Scott Hall. Almost the mark. Fritsch, though, was able to safely take it. And Scott Fritsch brings Coldstream out of defence. Adams tries to get his hands on it. Now he does, gathers it in, well tackled by Cordwell. Cordwell gets the handball away into the path of Walkenhorst and over the boundary line. The Coldstream Football Club were promoted up to 3rd Division after winning the 2001 4th Division Grand Final. Norwood repeated that or had that same feat 2 years ago in 2 years before that in 1999. So both of these clubs have had fairly recent premiership success in Division 4. Who will be the premiers in Division 3 at the end of today? We've gone 23 minutes in the last quarter, so there can't be all that much time left. Hardly any goals in this last quarter. So there probably won't be a lot of time on. Skirk now grabs a hold of it. 2 Norwood players go to ground. It's Thomas through the middle.
Bad handball.
Great tackle by Klein. Bad handball initially by Coldstream. And Darren Klein rewarded for his tackle. High kick. Didn't gain all that much distance for his side. Big pack of players camped under it. Gillam desperate to try and clear the ball, clear the area.
Norwood certainly seem to have a sniff of victory here.
Don't they ever?
They've certainly stepped up and not giving anything away.
No, they're the more desperate of the two sides.
Mitchell fisted it down. And Mitchell again on the deck. And for a big man of his size, he seems to apply plenty of tackles and certainly isn't afraid to get on hands and knees and win the ball out for his side. Klein now over the ball. Again, we've got a big pack forming. It will be a ball up once more as scores are level. Norwood 13-13-91. Coldstream, keep saying scores level. It's 10 points the margin. The lead is 10 points for Norwood, 13-13-91. Coldstream 12-9-81. Once again, the ball goes forward for Coldstream. Albrecht will clear though. Heads for the safety of the boundary line. Will it find it? It just does in front of Bradley Skirk. So boundary throwing, Middleborough Road side of the ground, just outside 50 for Coldstream. And I think it's pretty obvious to say, Bob, they desperately need a goal from this foray forward.
Well, they certainly do. 25 and a half minutes gone now. We've probably only got about 2.5 to 3 minutes to go. Coldstream working their way down into 50 now. Punch from the back of the pack, gets the ball forward, close to the boundary line. Chamberlain's going to see it over, and he certainly does just that. Desperate Norwood. And, well, look, they're 10 points up, which means that Coldstream are going to have to kick at least 2 goals and keep Norwood scoreless in this last couple of minutes of play. Gee, Day went in hard. Ball squirts out. It's all Norwood here. Player dispossessed. Trying to pick it up there is Jansen for Coldstream. Fresh air shot. No good. Off the ground may well have been Murphy.
Murphy off the ground.
And umpire nods. That is a goal. There's 4 points of difference. Chris Murphy.
He's hurt himself on that though, Murphy. He did actually pick the ball up and got booed to it, but he's coming out pretty sore there.
Yes, there's no doubt about that. Well, 4 points to difference. Boy, oh boy, can they kick another goal. We're at the 26.5 minute mark of the quarter. And you'd have to say that, well, could Coldstream kick another goal, Simon, and pinch it?
Yeah, I think looking at the clock there, there's still a little bit of time there. They've just got to get it down there quick. Just one big quick down the ground.
Well, Coldstream have come up with the ball here. It's Thomas has got it. He decides to go straight down the line to the far end of the centre circle, centre square. Umpire Hillier has blown the whistle and it's all locked up. And we'll have a ball up between the 50-metre line and the centre square. Up we go once again. Siren must be close. Ball comes out here too. Good gosh. Kalosh. He gets it wide over here towards our commentary position. Member side of the ground. The race is on. The big fella from behind was Kevin Tymonson. Norwood lost possession of it in that passage of play. Glassborough decides to go back into the centre square area. Coldstream now. Thomas it was. Got the ball. It's a Coldstream mark. No, play on, says umpire Hillier. No, boy, Chamberlain there trying hard for Norwood. Bit of a kick off the ground, but it's all Norwood back here. A clearing kick there by Woolley.
He's done well.
He certainly has done well. Thomas and John got the ball. Can he feed it off? Tries hard. Ball close to the boundary line over there. Off the ground went Sando. Gee, we are counting down. We're at the 28-minute mark of the quarter. There's only there's 6 points the difference. If it happens to be a draw, it's 5 minutes either way. What a game we've had here today. Big crowd in, 28 and nearly and a half minutes gone in this last quarter. 13-9, 13-3, so there's something wrong with that scoreboard over there, Brad. I'm not too sure what it is. That's showing 4 points the difference anyway. Norwood going forward once again, but the race is on. The boundary line will win. And we'll have a throw-in. Throw in half-back flank outer side of the ground.
4 points the margin, 13-13-91 to Coldstream 13-9-87. Strong tackle applied by Gillen, really rode his opponent into the turf. And the free kick will have to come back here to Thomas. So Mark Thomas, last throw of the dice, you feel, for Coldstream.
You would think so.
Only 4 points down.
There's the siren!
And there is the siren. So Norwood, surprise premiers in season 2003. A great effort by Norwood. Just 4 points the final margin.
Isn't it? I can see Higgins running out there. He definitely had an injury towards the end there.
Certainly did. Well, what a game it's been. There was only 4 points in the final score. Norwood 13-13. 91 have beaten Coldstream 13-9-87. The goal kickers for Norwood, we had Ryan Walkenhorst, the vice captain. He kicked 3. Sean Hunt kicked 3. Sando kicked 2, and singles 2. Scott Day, Troy Woolley, John Tymonson, Paul Matheson, and Jeff Hall. For Coldstream, the goal kickers were Mark Thomas with 3. We had Chris Murphy with 3. We had Johnny Pignataro 2, Brett Hartman 2, and 1 each to Nathan Jansen, Adrian Gillum, and also Patrick Murphy. Fantastic game. Played in the right sort of spirit, well umpired by both Warren Hillier and Andrew Tong. Norwood, coming from the clouds as it were, have taken out the 2003 premiership. Coldstream started favourite. They'd won 17 games in a row coming into today's game. But how often does it happen, Simon Megan? They've fallen at the last hurdle.
Makes it a hard defeat. That really does. It's all at a loss now.
Okay, well, thank you, Simon, for your contribution there today. Tremendous stuff. Brad Henderson, thank you for the season.
Pleasure, Bob, once again, and hopefully the remaining 2 grand finals are as exciting as that one turned out to be.
Okay, we'll sign off here from the Box Hill City Oval with that final score once again. A Norwood win, 13-13-91, have defeated Coldstream by 4 points, 13-9-87.
Thanks for the day.
On behalf of the Eastern Football League, I'd like to congratulate both sides today. What a fantastic game of football and a great spectacle for all of us who are watching. Commiserations must go to Coldstream. Certainly played very valiantly today and have had a terrific season. To be proud of your efforts, Coldstream, only second year in the division. But the points in the end went to Norwood. So I'd like to declare Norwood the 3rd Division Premiers for 2003. The best and fairest player for today's Senior Division 3 2003 Grand Final is Norwood number 7, Troy Woolley. And now for the Premiership medallions. Number 2, Scott Day. Number 3, Darren Clyde. Number 4, Ricky Francis. Kevin Simonson. Number 10, John Simonson. Number 11, Andrew Pennington. Number 13, Brian Chamberlain. Number 14, Kevin Simonson. Number 14, Kevin Simonson. Number 15, Matt Stewart. Number 18, Paul Matheson. Number 19, Travis Sandow. Number 23, Luke Higgins. Number 24, Scott Hall. Number 25, Jeff Hall. Number 35, Joe Cordwell. Number 43, Sean Hunt. Number 52, Michael Voigt. Assistant coach, Graham Dudley. Chairman of Selectors, Jeff Stewart. Team manager, Alf Pennington. The runner, Fraser Walkenhurst. The head trainer, Bernie Blair. Now the co-captain, number 1, Brett Hall. Number 9, Ross Stewart. First of all, I'd like to thank Coldstream for a fantastic game. Thank all the boys. Look, they're magnificently coached. I'm sure they'll come back again next year. I look forward to seeing them in second division in 2005. To our blokes, well, I couldn't have asked for anything more over the last 3 weeks. Magnificent in all 3 finals. Thank God I finally won a close one. To each and every person at the club for all their support over the last 2 years, but particularly the last couple of weeks. Look at this crowd, they've all been supporting us, and they've been magnificent. But to the 21 boys, well, they deserve all the credit that they get because they've really worked extremely hard, and boy, are we going to party tonight. Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, you kidding? And he came up the other week and was talking. It is. Always, man. Kinga. Cheers, Jess. It's fucking not too bad, is it, Bob? Not too bad at all. Where's camera? 2 fucking premierships in 1 year. Cricket and fucking football. How good is it? Fuck cricket. I sang some piss for that though.